Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing really good. I know you're thinking, wow, those don't look like guitars. And you're absolutely right. So today I'm cleaning and doing some dusting in the studio. These are not exempt from the dust cloth either, so I figured while I had them right out, I might as well shoot a video on it, right? So I started playing drums basically out of necessity when I started recording at first. And I don't know, I bought my first, like, I guess you could call it a kit. It was just a bunch of random drums at a flea market that I bought. And that's how it started. And then, let's see, eventually I started buying pieces and kind of doing the same thing on eBay. And I'll show you the kit eventually. A lot of you guys have seen it and heard it. But that's what I did. I just started buying pieces here and there and building a kit the way I wanted to. So these snare drums kind of just, it was part of the collection process. Now, in a studio, it's really nice to have a good selection of snare drums. You never know what you're going to be doing for music and that sort of thing. And you might just want to try a different sounding snare drum. So I've got a pretty good collection. This isn't all of them. I have some more over on the shelf too, but this was the first rack that I came to, so I emptied it. I'm going to dust the rack off and dust these off as soon as I show you guys the drums. So mostly Ludwig stuff. I've got quite a bit of Ludwig stuff, but I also have some old stuff too. I got an old Slingerland. There's a Yamaha. I think I got some pearls kicking around. I got a bunch of foot pedals, which after I show you these guys, the snare drums, I'll set the pedals up on the table and walk you through them as well. So let's roll the camera in and I'll show you what I got for drums here. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, so let's start right here on the front. There's two, these are aluminum. This is a 70s blue and olive acrylite, 5.5. And I'm going to say this one's probably 80s, and they call this a blackrolite. It's the same drum. This one just happens to have black sparkle. You can see the black and white badge, right? Rounded corners on those. Not a real expensive drum, but a good drum, and they sound good. And they work quite well in a studio situation too. So this one over here is a 70s blue and olive. And it doesn't have it's got rounded corners, so this isn't one of the very first ones. I think the first ones, these corners right here on the badge would be pointed more. I do need to put a bottom head on it, but I run pure sound snare wires, usually 30 or 40 wire snare beads. The 20 wire ones just don't do it for me. You get a lot more response, I think, out of the snares running 40s, 30 wires. Here's another Ludwig. This is a black and white one, and it doesn't have the, the ring around the center like the other ones. And this is just stock, 20 wires. Sounds good though. Nice little drum. It's got a good throw on it and stuff too. So, let's see what else we got here. That's some old snare wires with the pat pendant. The blue stamps on them and stuff. I think that might have went to one of those acrylites or something. Here we have an old Yamaha. This is a 5.5 too. All these are here. Nice drum, really good shape. Really nice sounding drum as well. I got cases for some of these too, guys. There's a few hard cases. That's a Slingerland, which that drum is right here, I think. There we go. That's a Slingerland drum. Again, I just got like, I don't know, 20 wires on this. But most of the snare drums I play usually, like I said, are 40s or 30s. There's the case to the Yamaha. That goes to the 70s acrylite right there. In the back, this was the snare drum that I bought at the flea market that came with the kit that I bought. And believe it or not, I still use this. If you want like a kind of a woofy, puffy sounding snare, this will get you there. It's handy, really. Back here, this is a 6.5. Kind of like the Bonham deal. This isn't an expensive Supraphonic though. This is like a, I don't know, I've had this for quite a while. It wasn't crazy money. Maybe a couple hundred, $250, I can't really remember. But that drum gets used a lot. I usually leave that right on the kit. I like the 6.5 sound, and this one's probably got, yeah, they're my 40s. Old set of 40 wires there, which I like. It's just, gives it a nice sound. You get a nice snare response as well. What else? Okay, so back here, there's another Blackrolite, and I think that's a pearl maybe up there. I'm not sure what that is down there. And there's some hoops, and I got boxes full of parts and hardware and stuff too. All kinds of trinkets and treasures in there. Well, let's take a look at some foot pedals next. Okay guys, here we are. Here's a few of the foot pedals. That's an old Pearl. Pretty good pedal. What do we got here? There's a Yamaha. That's an old timer. 80s for sure. This one's kind of interesting, this Tama. And it works, it's like a single, you know, post. There's not another post here to hold the pedal. And there's an adjuster down here that you turn to adjust the spring tension. It works really nice. There's an old Camco. Not a bad pedal there either. Nice smooth one. And here's just a few trinkets that I keep kicking around just for sound effects. A washboard. Vibra slap, you know, if you're gonna do like playing in cake band or something. One of those. No explanation needed there. A couple old tambourines. I was just looking at this one, guys. There's a couple signatures here. Is that Kenny Chesney or something? You guys recognize them, let me know. Somebody signed them though. Or at least this one. It's an older one. There's another one. This is my homemade ching ring here that I put on my hi-hat stand. I made that out of a kid's tambourine. So you got your lock here that locks over the thing and get your ching ring on. Here's a nice little wood block. I use that a lot too. It's really heavy and really old, but it works nice. Sounds great. And of course, you gotta have a cactus rain stick, right? So they take all the sharp needles off, And they cut one end of the cactus off and they put all the needles in there. Then when you flip it over, all the needles run down and it sounds like rain for a second. You gotta have all the trinkets, I guess, guys. I do have some more drum hardware up in that little shelf up there, but this is the rest of the kit. And this is stuff I picked up from all over the world, you know. That's a 28-inch matching drum, 28 by 12 that I converted to a kick drum. That's a 62 Slingerland right there, actually. It was silver. Came from Fairmont, Minnesota. I have the head too. That was the high school marching band head. And the rest of it is just some Ludwig, I don't know what those were, accents or what. I got a few different size tom configurations I'll use, but it sounds good. I got a couple nice little cowbells there too. The wood block usually sits right here and I use it for cross stick, you know, instead of rim shot I use that. You know, like I said, it's just a mixed bag of tricks here. Old Zildjian Vetus right there. That's a nice sounding cymbal. And what do I have on there? That is a Pulse, I think. Yeah, Pulse percussion. And I'm only using felt strips in my bass drum. There might be a little something down on the bottom, like a towel or a, I don't know, not much. I haven't had it apart for a long time, but as big as that is, it's pretty amazing. Just the felt strips will take a lot of that unwanted echoey ring out of it when you hit it. So that's what we've been doing in the studio for quite a few years with this setup, and I haven't changed it, and they record very, very well. So well, thanks for checking out this video, guys. I know most of you guys are watching me for guitar stuff and whatnot, but you know, share this with your drummer buddies. They might get a hoot out of it. Okie doke. Thanks for checking it out, guys. We'll see you later. Be good.